Well, good morning, everybody out there in social media land. This is Scott Pearce from the Premium Cigar Association. Happy Monday, everybody. I know that happy and Monday are not two words generally that you put together, but at any rate, hopefully everybody's having a wonderful spring Monday morning today. We got a great announcement that happened over the weekend. A lot of work that we've been doing here for quite a little while on this project, which is called the PCA Product HUB. So we're very excited to be able to talk about this today and kind of go over and show you what it looks like and what it's all about and what this new member program is all about. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on two board members who have been part of this committee that's been working on this for quite a long time now. Jessica Hudson from Just For Him and Harris Saunders from Birmingham Cigars and More. Good morning to both of you. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. Well, again, happy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good spring day out there. So real quick, just want to explain a little bit about the Product Hub and then want you all, this was really a really good, interesting collaboration on this program that worked with you all as board members on this committee, along with some manufacturers and how this idea kind of came about. So I'll give a little bit about that background, but then I really would like for all of our retailer members to hear from their fellow retailers about the sort of the genesis and why we wanted to get this program going as quickly as possible. So again, this did start probably 6-8 months ago. The idea of this really kind of started with some others that were on the board, and we created a special committee to work on this. And we thought, what are some of these ways in which we can kind of help, drive some more benefits for membership and more ways that we can sort of enhance a year-round retailer manufacturer connection. In a small sort of microcosm of what the trade show really kind of is all about, and one of the reasons why the PCA sort of exists to serve its members. And so this idea came up with different conversations about what if we had a way in which manufacturers could offer short kind of hyper-focused special either products or sizes or discounts, that kind of stuff. And then really the other aspect of it was some manufacturers started saying, we would love to have a great way to be able to start giving back a little bit too to PCA, because we know how much we were being active in the States. We knew at the time when we started to develop this program, we knew all of these fights that were going on in the States. We knew all these tax increases that were coming, the smoking bans, number of these issues that were related to both COVID-19, but then just really our ongoing fights that we have day in and day out. So thus was born this whole idea of the Product Hub and say, hey, let's throw a few products up. Manufacturers have the opportunity to put them up there. It's a great way to promote products to retailers. At the same time, retailers get access to certain, whether it's deals or whether it's products. And there's a donation back to the Retail Defense Fund, which allows us to put more resources into defending retailers at the local levels. And so as we worked on this, Jessica, I kind of want to get your all's perspective on talking about this. From a retailer's perspective, as you worked on this, what were some of the goals that we wanted to accomplish? What are the benefits as a retailer that you see that you really wanted to be able to see this program come to fruition? And what you expect the benefits for you all in your stores about being able to participate in this program? So Jessica, if you kind of would like to go first from your perspective on what the Product Hub means for you as a retailer and kind of why you wanted to ensure that this program came to light for PCA.
Sure. From a completely selfish point, as a retailer, it's wonderful to have, we have one product that is out a few months early. So as a retailer, we have access to it before anyone else does, which means we'll be the only store in town that has that product, which is great. We also have products that are offering a bigger discount to us. So we have something that we can either choose to run a sale and donate more back ourselves, so that we have the opportunity to donate back, whether it's to a local charity or to our defense fund ourselves, which we try and do as we can, or you just have a higher markup. You actually have this built into the cigars. We have cigars that are only available to PCA, that will only ever be available to PCA. And anything that we can put in our store that we can put up, you can't find this somewhere else, is a big deal for us. So as a retailer, that's great. But also, the work that the PCA is doing, having something that when we buy it, we know that they're donating right back and that they get something out of it. They get to sell their product. They might get on a shelf where it's something that we don't sell as much of. Right now, it's all products that we sell in our store. But as we're talking to more and more manufacturers, if there's a manufacturer who is donating back to PCA and is someone that we haven't carried, it will be a great opportunity for us to try carrying them, see how they do, while knowing that we're doing some good for the industry as well.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and Harris, for you, obviously I would imagine that a lot of the similar aspects are there. But when thinking about this and some of your conversations with manufacturers when they were looking to do this, and I know that there were some when we talked to that were interested in this, it really does kind of come together as sort of a win-win, as Jessica talked about. And so in that aspect, I know you're very involved with your state association there in Alabama. Can you kind of talk a little bit more about, why this was such a priority for us to be able to do a program like this that really kind of does focus back in on the state fights and what we're doing at the state level and how this helps us in that regard?
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, I agree with what Jessica said. There's so many good win-win aspects of this. And like you said, on the state level, I think what we've been looking for is a sustainable source of revenue to fight these ongoing state level battles that come up every year, tax increases, smoking bans. And I think all of us expect even more of that with COVID. States are looking for new revenues. So we expect even more battles at the state level this year and ongoing. So, I think this is just a huge win-win because it creates, like Jessica said, great new products and discounts and other things for the retailers, but also it creates, makes it more sustainable to fight these state level battles because, we as retailers have a big incentive to support these products, and it's great for our business. And it's also great for these state level battles and the Retail Defense Fund because, without these sustainable funds, we won't be able to fight all the battles we need to fight. So I think it's just a great new thing that we haven't had in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Real quick, look, if anybody has any questions, I know that Luis Rodriguez, and if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Luis, I think I've seen on social media where you are in the process of opening up a lounge. If that's not correct, please correct me in the comments there. But if anybody has any questions or concerns, please either feel free to reach out to me directly about this or any of the product committee that's here with Jessica Harris, Phil Ledbetter, and Paul Grove, who are also on the committee. Their schedules didn't allow them to be able to join us this morning. You can reach out to us anytime to talk through this or just type them in now as we're here live. Happy to answer those. What I would like to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and show you a screen, and we'll kind of go through what the hub looks like. Just to walk through the process, basically you'll go through to the member portal. It'll be on premiumcigars.org/product hub. And once you go there, you'll be able to go through and as the links both for a retailer to go ahead and access the hub, but also as a manufacturer. If you're interested in putting some products on here or interested in working it out, then basically you can fill out the form and it comes in, and the product committee goes through and will connect with the manufacturers to work out the schedule, et cetera, and how that would work out for you all to put your products on the product hub. And so I'm going to go ahead and just add this here. So this is what the page looks like, and I'm going to go ahead here and kind of scroll through. So right now, if you read the press release, then what we have here is the products that are all ready to go right here. Basically, it works like an online shop, right? So we got the Rocky Patel, we've got this 20th anniversary natural, as well as the Maduro, the Aganorsa Leaf Lunatic El Grande Maduro. And so this one is the specific size that will be made available to PCA retailers early for the month of April before anybody else can get it. And then this is a new product here from Platinum Nova, which is a PCA exclusive. You can see that right there on the box and on the band, it says, you can't see the band, but it says exclusively made for PCA. So that's a PCA exclusive product there. And each of these does come with a donation back to the Premium Cigar Association, either per cigar or per box. And that is all goes right to the Retail Defense Fund and is earmarked specifically for our state advocacy efforts. So the way that this works, really, once you get here, you can't see it right now because it will launch on April 1st. But as you log in, once you log in with your membership account, you'll see a new navigation icon, link appear right up here that will say Product Hub. So when you click on the Product Hub, this page will appear, and then you can just click on these, and you can see these are all zeroed out. So when you go through to order, really what you're looking at here is not processing or paying PCA in any way, shape, or form. This is just simply a form that you're going to fill out. You can go in, you can click on it. Here's all of the, look here, the sizes that are available for this one. some specific details. And you can add as many as you want to your cart that you feel you would like to go here. You don't need to fill out anything in terms of, I want, 30 boxes of this and 10 of this, 5, whatever. That will all be worked out later. What you're simply filling out here is a commitment to how many boxes you would like to purchase. This information then, because you are logged in, it's all tied to your membership data. That membership then membership information, as well as how many boxes you would like for each specific product, will then be gathered and sent to the manufacturers, who will then reach out to you as retailers to finalize the sale and go ahead and work with you on how many sizes of each box you would want. And then you just work out the terms and payment directly with the manufacturer. So the PCA is not accepting any money or in any way, shape, or form. It's just simply the form in which we're gathering this. It's a way for us, obviously, to verify the membership and availability for the program for PCA retailers. And that's it. And then from there, the manufacturer will go ahead and close the deal with you, and then you are all set to go there. Simply go back to the store, and once you process that, and you can go through just a basic order form. You can go through any of these products in the exact same way. So that's effectively how that's going to work. So if there's any questions on that, then it really is it's a simple store. And what's going to happen is that will be available starting April 1st, and we'll go all the way through to the end of the month or until supplies last. If we live in a great, if the great situation here, good problem to have is that, if after, 10, 15 days, Rocky or Terrence or Leo at any one of these companies says, hey, we got bombarded with orders, we're not sure we're going to have enough availability, they will be taken off of the shop page there. And then we'll go from there. And each month we anticipate, a couple more manufacturers offering these. And we're going to kind of slowly build this as we go. We're not going to have 40, 50 products at a time. It'll be a couple at a time. And we've been working with quite a few manufacturers have said, yeah, we're interested. I think everybody kind of understands right now there's some challenges that manufacturers have as far as their production lines are concerned. So this is going to be definitely, we're going to take a few steps to walk here before we go into a full sprint. But that's effectively the way that this would work. And again, you go to premiumcigars.org and you go to the Product Hub page, and I can actually, let me go ahead and just share that so you guys can see what that looks like here real quick. So you can just see what the premiumcigars.org page looks like. And then that way, it's so right here is the Product Hub page. So this just gives you the quick explanation. Here are the current offers for April, and then when you click this link, it's really just going to take you right through to go ahead and access that hub. It really is just going to do this. It's not going to follow me because I'm only sharing the specific tab. But it just takes you through to the member portal, which wouldn't show anything right now because it's not live. But then the manufacturer, here's some of the details for the manufacturer, and then here's the form that it would go to. I believe this should show the form as it comes up in case there's any manufacturers that are watching that need to take a look at this and see. Yeah, it's showing it. So here's what the Product Hub form looks like. It's just basic company information, what the product is in the description, and some of the other information that we have here, so that way it's all set up there. So again, one of the goals that really what we talked about with the manufacturers is that it kind of works as a great way to promote these products, promote them as well. So there's definitely a benefit that the manufacturers get out of this. And as part of that, then their commitment is to have a donation back to the Premium Cigar Association. So Louis, how many boxes are going to be released? So that is all dependent upon which manufacturer for this time around. The vast majority of the products that are available right here have significant quantities available. So right now they have not given us any specific limits. It seems like that there is enough product, and that's one of the goals we had at launching this. And Harrison and Jessica can talk a little bit more about this. Is that we wanted to make sure that there was enough product that enough people would be able to have access to them. Also, at the same time, we wanted to make sure that these are products that would be available for new accounts as well. We wanted to make sure that manufacturers would be able to sell to any PCA member. Again, really, as long as you have an account that's either in good standing or you don't basically have a negative history, we did not want to require manufacturers to sell to folks that might be in arrears or something like that. But at the same time, if you don't have an account with somebody, we did want to make sure that manufacturers that if you were new, that you would be able to access these as well. I can't, for whatever reason, I can't seem to scroll down here to see the new comments. It's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, and thank you. Aaron just posted the comment there. The link can also be accessed from the membership tab on the website as well. So in terms of when we talked with Jessica and Harrison, we kind of talked about this from this perspective. Kind of talk a little bit about to Lewis's question here, the importance of the access being able to be open to all PCA retailers, not just a handful, and also the other part of it was which is the types of products that we're kind of shooting for here, right? Not super limited amounts or quantities, but also to be available to all. So if you kind of talk about that perspective in why we kind of homed in on those types of products and why that was important. Whichever one wants to take that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jessica.
We basically, as we were looking through things, by having more products, opening up to more people, obviously a big thing. It's better for the manufacturer to be able to sell more products. It's better for us because more products means more donations. It also makes it not quite something where you have to be rushing at 8 a.m. on the morning of the first to make sure that you get in that first. And if you're not there, you don't get it, or calling the manufacturer and finding out you were number 501 out of 500 boxes. So it's not that we may never have any more limited, but we're not anticipating this being the place for the things that there's this huge run on. It'll be things that you actually want, that you can get, that you can re-get if you need.
Yeah, and like Harris said, sorry, I hit the microphone. If you want to just bring up your comment a little bit more, Harris, where you talk about it will vary by deal, some big, some more limited. You kind of want to expound upon that a little bit so folks have an understanding of what the goal to not be just in one specific lane with these products.
Yeah, I was responding to Lou on that. I think there's different types of releases. Like Jessica said, you have a good bit of availability on most everything, but it might be that a manufacturer is featuring a product that they want to offer us a little bit of a deal on, and they're donating back to the retailer defense fund that has massive availability. Obviously while supplies last, but a regularly available product. But then also we could have a PCA exclusive series release that's for PCA members only that, might be a more limited release. But like Jessica said, the goal is that it's not that you have to log on at 8 a.m. It's going to be sold out, but that would be offered in quantities large enough to all manufacturers. But I think this, at the same time too, there could be some more limited releases too. So I think it's kind of targeting all three and having a good variety of different types of releases that change monthly. So
yeah, I think one of the goals, correct me if I'm wrong, but this came up on a lot of the conversations that we were having with all the various retailers on the board, as well as with some of the manufacturers that were providing input on this, is that it was focused on, well, what can we do that helps retailers? Obviously, getting some deals at better margins, but there were a lot of retailers that said, look, if there are specific products, whether it's a new size or whether, for example, like the Aganorsa offering, right? If there are certain specific products, that oftentimes those do help boost some sales within your stores. You say, hey, look, we've got this that you talked about, Jessica, that nobody else really has. And so that was one of the aspects too, of saying, look, if we can offer a wide variety there of either specific sizes or specific release on top of something that has regular turns, that we can maybe offer a little bit of a discount at a time when you may not get discounts. And then that way it can kind of maybe hit the vast majority of the retailer membership needs. If I'm right. Couching that correctly.
No, I agree. I mean, I think that's the key that we've talked about ongoing, is that all of this is focused on, supporting us as retailers and creating a very key new benefit to being a PCA member, because having access to all of this should drive more people into your retail location.
And retailers, I think that again, reach out if you are having a conversation with a rep. or something like that, and they think that they're interested, or there's a particular line that turns really well in your stores, chances are it turns really well in some other stores too. And shoot us an email and just let me know. Say, hey, look, what about this product line? This turns really well in my store. This might be something that would be beneficial. And we are happy to reach out to the manufacturers and talk to them about this. Again, the manufacturers, the way that they talk to us about this is that this is just sort of a new advertising platform for them, really. And so we felt like this was a great way for them to be able to get in front of retailers more. But more importantly, I think for a lot of them, it really is ultimately, this is a great way for them to offer some back to the state advocacy that we've been ramping up. So thank you, Louis, for the very kind comment. I appreciate that a lot. We have been working really hard over the past few years here, but in particular, obviously, since COVID hit and everything we're doing right now. So looking forward to you opening up your lounge, Louis, there, and maybe taking the drive up. I believe it's in Philly, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll come up to Philly and come and see you when that thing gets open for sure. If there aren't any other questions or currently right now that people want to type in the comments, please feel free to email me, scott@premiumcigars.org. My contact information is also on the website as well. Feel free to call as well. Happy to discuss it. Jessica Harris, any parting words before we let everybody get back to opening up their shops today and going out and selling and enjoying? Hopefully you guys are enjoying some good spring weather. Hers probably better than Jessica's, but any last words before we let you guys go?
I'm excited about it. I don't think there's any downside to it for manufacturers or retailers. I mean, it's only positive.
Well, yeah,
I would agree with that. Yeah, we've been working on this, but it feels to us like an easy sell. Makes us happy, makes manufacturers happy. Let's do it.
Perfect. Great. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in on a Monday morning and look forward to hearing from you all. And Thursday, April 1st, this is not an April Fool's joke. This is actually going to go live on Thursday morning. And so look for that. When you log in, you'll see the Product Hub link appear right up top in the navigation on the membership portal once you log in. So thank you very much, everybody. Hope everybody has a fantastic week, sells and smokes a lot of cigars and pipes. And appreciate you all. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.